College basketball right here on CMAC. Great to have you here tonight. We got another good game for you. Tonight it's the last Valley Conference game we're going to be doing this year, as the Fresno City College Rams are looking to finish up the season undefeated in the Valley Conference against the Blue Devils of Merced. And then Del Bayshore, it is on to the playoffs.
It is. This is the last of the regular season, and the next stage for the Rams is the state playoff. So tonight's all about getting ready for that next stage.
You know, and with them just around the corner, one thing that's really great about these Maddox coach teams is that they're always ready to play. It doesn't matter what's going on. Beginning of the year, middle of the year, they've stayed healthy. How do they do that?
Well, you know, don't think for a minute that the Rams are going to take tonight off.
Oh, no.
Every time they step on the court, they only know how to play, and that's all out. And tonight, I'm sure Coach will use his entire roster and try to spread the minutes out. He'll try to get healthy both mentally and physically for the entire roster, because the next stage, it's one and done. So, you know, we'll see a great effort out of the Rams tonight.
Yeah, those playoffs, by the way, will be starting sometime next week, and a lot of good teams around the state this year. So you got to be in good shape, and you need all 10, 11, 12 players.
And that's been their strength, their depth. You know, your margin of error as you go into the state playoff gets smaller and smaller, and so the urgency is there to perform at a high level. And Coach relies on numbers. He relies on the entire roster, and I'm sure tonight is just one more step in getting ready for that postseason.
And I guess you could say the same also for the Merced Blue Devils. This is their last game of the season for sure. Been a rough year for them, but hey, this is really important to them as well.
Yeah, and it's about the future for a team that struggled. We'll see if they can improve on the last contest. The Rams had their way with them up at Merced, and I'm sure they're looking towards the future. The players that return try to show improvement, and it's all about preparing for next year for the Merced team.
All right, we're going to have a great night of basketball right here. We hope you can stay with us all the way, and we are glad you have been here with us on CMAC during the course of this year, being able to bring you all these basketball games with this great team. So we're going to take a short break right now, and we are going to come back with the opening tip-off right after these words.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. And thank you very much, Mr. Clark, as we are here at Fresno City, and crowd coming in. It's another early start. And how have you liked that this season, early start to the game? I'm sure that if you're the road team, you like it a lot.
Yeah, if you're the road team, you know, we're here at the last conference game, and they played them at 5 o'clock this year. I think as a road team, you like it because you're traveling home a little earlier.
Yeah,
but
speaking of traveling, let's look at this is the best in the state right now, and there's a lot of good teams in the state of California, that's for sure. And right now, Fresno City College right on top. San Bernardino is another great team. You usually see it this time of year, right up in there. San Jose has had a great year. They've had some off years these last 3 or 4 years. Saddleback, always tough. Mount San Antonio might be the new star coming on the scene.
Yeah, you know, now we move into the state playoffs. You know, one advantage being the #1 seed is that you don't have to travel those first game or two. So we'll see tougher, closer competition as we move into the state tournament.
And this is tonight, as I mentioned, tonight's the final game of the Central Valley Conference, and City looking to finish undefeated again. And they're also going for their 14th consecutive win of the Valley Conference. And that's really an amazing feat when you see you got teams like College of Sequoias. Reedley's been tough over the years. a lot of these teams have been great. It's been a good strong conference.
It has been. You know, the city's undefeated again. It's not unusual for them to be in that position, but there's been a lot of close conference games, a lot of parity, particularly in the middle part of the pack. And once again, Fresno City has risen to the top of the conference in an undefeated season for the Rams.
Yeah, and right now I believe we're going to get ready. They're going to be honoring the sophomores before the game.
Yep.
And that is awesome. Boy, you hate to see these guys go. You know, Dijon Bordeaux, James O'Neill, Ryan Swain, Tyler Morgan, and Kyle Ingram. This is a great set of sophomores
It
right
is.
here. All of them have contributed a lot.
Great leaders. You know, they'll pass the torch to these younger freshmen in the incoming red shirts that will fill the gap. But it's always interesting to watch these guys, you know, move into their sophomore year and then graduate and move on to success and, you know, at higher levels.
Yeah. Well, right now, there you see the Rams. That's they're going to. Ed Maddock is going to introduce his sophomores, as been his tradition for the last number of years. And they're going to bring the parents down, and
This is always a great evening because Coach almost becomes the surrogate parent for these kids in their time at Fresno City, but it doesn't happen without the parental support at home.
and he has always had great support from the parents. He's
Yes.
always, you know, they love him, and because they know that he loves their kids. And oh, there's Tom Morgan out there.
These young men I'm about to call out work harder than anybody in the country. And I have the capacity to stand up here today in front of all of you and tell you that I look even young because I know it, I believe it, it's in my heart, and it's a reality. And the proof is in the pudding. Their parents are a direct reflection of why they have the character to go through this program, because this program is not for everybody. Never has, probably never will be as long as I'm here. These young men I'm going to call out have given their lives to this program, to this campus, to this community. Not just athletically. They've done it socially, academically. And they will all transfer here and get scholarships and become productive members of society. Ryan Swain, come on out, give him a hand.
Ryan Swain, what a great addition he has been. He's been one of those guys who's just been a strong
Ryan
host
Swain
of the team.
He's a third-year guy. He's a 3.9 student. He made the dean's list.
3.9
He will receive a
student.
scholarship here when the season's
glue
over.
guy. He's a guy that
He will go on
holds
to
the team
basketball
together
career.
and
We
really
don't know where, but he
embodies
will
what
be
Coach Maddock
more than
wants
a
in
productive
a
member
player.
of society. Give Ryan and his family a hand.
Reminds me of Thomas Ammon and Corey Billingsley in this program over the years. There's Coach
James O'Neill.
Swain from Buchanan, Mrs. Swain. And here comes James O'Neill.
What a year this young man's had. He's had a great season.
We should call him Big Game James, because James is the best guard in the state of California. He's my guy. He's my guy. He's my guy right here. Yeah, that's right. We're so lucky to have James in our program. James will be receiving a full ride scholarship as well here for the next year. We don't know where. Right now, we're just going to keep his head in the books, keep him focused. Basketball is the easy one for James. He's a beautiful young man, and his parents drove all the way here from Antioch, California, to represent this young man.
That's another impressive thing about these sophomores as they graduate. Coach Maddock really stays on top of the academics with these kids, and they succeed in a lot of ways, not just in basketball.
And James has also been one of our favorite players in that he does so many different things. And the main thing he's concerned about is the W for the team. And this guy.
This young man standing next to me, if you know anything about him, he has the heart of a lion.
He does.
He has the heart of a lion.
Jean Bordeaux, folks, he has been just a stalwart here for the last couple of years.
He's a competitor.
Going to miss him a lot.
As much, if not more, than any young man that I've ever coached in a 2-year span. He will be successful. And a huge, huge reason why is the lady behind me to my right, his mother, Maisha. Give him, his mother, a big hand.
This is hard for Coach. He puts his life into these kids, and he hates to see them go.
Here he is. This guy has been great. Kyle Ingram always had a smile from the first time he walked in the door, and he's one of the hardest workers.
Kyle is what you call a 0 to no maintenance guy. Kyle is a 3.7 GPA. He was a qualifier academically, just like some of the other young men in our program. He was a qualifier. And he chose to come here to Fresno City to be under my tutelage along with my assistant coaches. He has given me his life. He has given us his life. And he is a huge backbone to this program. He stands for everything that you would want your child to be. Kyle will be receiving a full-ride scholarship. Next year, he will go on and get his degree and be extremely successful and another productive member of society. Please give him a big hand.
Kyle Ingram. Kyle went to Sarah High School down in Pasadena and has often expressed how glad he has been to be here.
You know, and kids like Kyle, the quality of their character is why the Rams are so successful.
This next young man that I'm going to call out has a very special place, not only in my heart, but this program in this Central Valley. His heart is bigger than this gym. I wish I could stand up here and put in words how I, my wife and children, and our brothers and their families feel about this young man, but it's almost impossible to put it in words, so I won't try. Tyler Morgan, will you please come out?
Tyler. And another just tremendous addition to this program, always positive.
Oh, just a self-made player, great person. Tyler has worked hard from the day he came here, and he's reaped the results of that.
Nobody in the country will outwork this young man.
Tom Morgan, Miss Morgan, very proud.
Mom and Dad.
I remember the night that he poured in like 6 or 8 threes.
Oh, yeah.
It was just wonderful.
He lit the place up. The fans went crazy.
Hasn't missed a free throw all year. Yeah, that's a terrific young guy back there. An awesome young man. All of them. There he is.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah.
Tyler's one of those kids that'll probably, you'll see him someday as a coach. He just has a love of the game that
No doubt.
wouldn't surprise me.
No doubt. And his brother's going to do some damage in this gym as well. He's a terrific young player, Cole. There's Dijon. Boy, what a great player he's turned out to be. You know,
He's been the ultimate competitor. You know, sometimes he and coach kind of butt heads a little bit because they're both pretty stubborn, but they're both on the same page, and what a career he's had.
I always thought of Dijon as money. You know, he's just a money player. When the game's on the line, he's the guy you want to have something to do with it in the last play. Here's another one. Nice picture of James. My guess is Brian Brewer took that picture.
James has really developed into a great point guard. He's going to make somebody happy at the next level, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a pretty good level D1.
Here come their teammates. Oh, that's awesome. Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
They're all out there with Kyle.
That's awesome.
What a close-knit group.
Yeah. Yeah, they always are here.
Yep.
They always are here. And nice shot by Phil. As oh, that's right. We got a basketball game to play.
Yeah, here we go, and we're going to see a good one. There's Ryan.
Did your sons play for you?
I had my older son 1 year in college.
Was it tough?
Yeah, it was tough emotionally at times.
If there's just a couple last people, we just want to acknowledge people that are behind the scenes, people that are invested in our program that make this place tick. First, our athletic trainer, Sue Hammond. Get over here.
Yay, Sue.
All right.
Going to, she's great. Kids love her.
And that's what's important about a successful program. It takes a lot of people behind the scenes. It's not just great players. It's not just one coach. It's a team of coaching staff, people behind the scenes, people within the university or the community college level. And, you know, Coach Maddock recognizes that and appreciates it.
Thank you. And the last person that we just want to thank for their loyalty since day one, since I've been here. Mindy, would you please come here?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Will you please rise for the national anthem?
Man, here.
Sit back down. Sit back down.
Coach Russell reminding Coach Maddock there that there's a very important person in his life that's very supportive.
The head coach of this program, Maya Maddock. Stand up.
There she is. Coach Maddock's wife and his family.
Love you, Mama. Love you, Mama. Okay, let's try it again. Would you please rise for our national
And
anthem?
now the national anthem. right, and without further ado, we are going to
First, the College Blue Devils with a record of 2-21, 11-10 Valley Conference. Starting with our number 1, Kendrick Salas.
Here's the starting lineups.
yes, that's Kendrick Salas out of Fort Worth, Texas, number 1. He started for the Blue Devils, and at guard is a 6'2" sophomore from Ayden, North Carolina, Jeremy Dixon. And Deonta Woodward, also from North Carolina. Like a North Carolina team here at number 21. Jermaine Crowder. And also Devontae Archer. Bill Russell, the coach, has been here for 28 years.
Yeah, Coach Russell's been around a long time.
When I first heard that, I thought, well, that's not, no. not the old Celtic. But he has established himself as one of the deans of the of California basketball.
Quite a tenure.
There's Jermaine O'Neal. Dijon also starting. Ryan Swain.
Fittingly, the 5
Yeah,
sophomores.
the sophomores. Tyler Morgan. And Kyle Ingram.
Now, Coach Maddock does such a good job in bringing these young men along in 2 and 3 years, and he always seems like there's going to be big shoes to fill. But these guys pass the torch, and next year's class will step right in, and these guys will go on to higher levels of success, playing both basketball and academics.
Well, that's true. The success rate in terms of players going to the next level is phenomenal when you think about it. I mean, just about everybody goes.
In my experience too, at the college level, the next level, you often look at the JC level and your concern is academic casualties, but not in Coach Maddock's program. These kids get their degree, they're ready to go on to the next level and succeed both in the classroom and on the court.
All right. James O'Neal over to Swain. This looks like a man-to-man.
Straight man.
And this is O'Neal looking for Swain in the corner. Swain's going to drive back to O'Neal. Oh. And O'Neal across to Swain, and Swain will take the first 3 of the game and bury it.
Nice patience, good kick out.
Worked the ball well, and here's the pressure in the backcourt. And they break it as Archer has the ball. And Swain fighting for the rebound. What's that going to be? Is it going to be a
jump ball? Possession to Merced.
That was a nice play by Swain to grab the rebound from behind. And that was Archer. And we got another jump ball. This time it'll go to the Rams. That was James O'Neal in to tie that one up. James O'Neal with a long 3, and they haven't hit the rim yet.
Nothing but net. Here comes the press. Let's see
2 in a row.
How Merced handles it.
That's Dixon. Dixon back out on top. And over to Woodard, and his ball is in and out. And nice rebound by Archer, and he laid it up nice and soft. It rolled in.
Yep, used the left hand, got the nice roll.
Here's Ryan Swain. Rams 2 for 2 at that end of the floor.
They've shown good patience both possessions, working the ball side to side, and both shots came off some penetration and a good look at a 3.
And then nail the 3. But it's always good to get that first 3.
Side out to the Rams.
James O'Neal looking for Tyler Morgan. Tyler Morgan inside to O'Neal. O'Neal found, oh man, he found a way.
Had a nice step
And
through, just left it a little
good
short.
defense by O'Neal.
Got the block on Tyler.
That's Tyler's first personal, first team, and looks like Merced's going to have a hard time with this press. Jermaine Crowder. Up to Salas. Salas.
A little short.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Here comes 5 new white jerseys, as we've seen so many times. It's like a wave.
Sophomores out, freshmen in.
And this is
But very
Anthony
typical of the
Ballesteros.
Rams. They're going to use that entire bench. They rely on all members. In any given game, it could be a different player who steps up and leads them in either scoring or rebounding.
Well, again, people are surprised to hear that.
Nice.
Nice pass, and that was B.J. Shelton.
Nice move by Josh, too. Josh Sykes got that ball at the free throw line, was able to penetrate, felt the rotation, and dumped it down to B.J.
B.J. has been a blast to watch, as all these guys have. To watch them improve the way they have over the course of the year.
Yeah, and I think particularly Josh. I've been really impressed in the last 3 to 4 games of his progress throughout this season and the confidence level that he's playing with.
You know, that's really true. You can just see it in him. It's in his face, and I think he's put a few pounds on since he first walked in here. And confidence. This is Jeremy Dixon. Over to Archer, back to Dixon in the corner. He's got Christian Carroll on him. Archer with the rebound, and I think that's going to be a foul on Ballesteros, who kind of tapped him.
Yeah, Anthony tried to drop down in and pick his pocket, but he got caught with his hands in the cookie jar that time.
Into the game comes Liam O'Reilly. Liam from Sacred Heart and San Bruno in for Josh Sykes. Woodard from the corner.
Woodard's carried the load for this Merced team. He's averaged close to 16 a game and led him also in rebounding.
That is Woodard with the ball right now. Thought about shooting, and instead it's going to be Crowder putting it up.
Oh,
nice
rebound
by Shelton. Screened out.
Good.
Screened his man off and got the board. Here's Ballesteros.
Nice
Oh, nice pass. Nice pass. He looked the defender off, and the defender went for the fake, and he made a beautiful pass underneath to Mr. O'Reilly. Oh, and that was Liam O'Reilly got hit twice on that play. Foul's going to be on Jeremy Dixon, his first personal.
Nice job by Liam, holding his ground, drawing the charge.
He was like he was waiting for a bus.
Sometimes that's hard to do. You can see it coming well in advance, and sometimes you want to bail out. But he stood his ground and took the charge, took the punishment.
Play out those drills the Rams do with the pads and all that. That has helped that situation. And this is Christian Carroll getting it to Ballesteros. Ballesteros gets a screen from Liam. Back to Christian Carroll. On the top, and this is O'Reilly. Ballesteros with his first 3 attempt off the front of the rim. Ooh, high for the rebound went Jermaine Crowder. Man, he was off the floor, wasn't he? We got a timeout. We got a timeout called by Merced. It's a 30-second timeout. And
Coach Russell not happy about something, so he used a quick
he
timeout.
He's definitely didn't like.
Barking some instructions right now. These kids are playing hard. They're a pretty athletic group that started. He's got a few sub rotations in now.
There's Jermaine Crowder. Man, he looked like he was about 5 feet off the floor when he got that rebound.
Rams picking up full court.
This is new in the game. This is John Zaraga. And Paul, nice pass, nice drive inside. Nice defense too by O'Reilly as he grabs the rebound. We go the other way. It's Ballestero looking.
Oh, nice crossover.
Right.
Nice crossover by Liam, and then use of his left hand to finish.
O'Reilly's 6'6" and still going.
Deep three, they got it.
That was Zaragoza, and he is not afraid to shoot. Here comes Ballestero back out to Christian Carroll. Christian thought about it. Get it inside to O'Reilly. There's O'Reilly. Oh!
Stuck with it.
Gets his own rebound. Ball is blocked. Nice block by, that was Zaragoza. And the Rams get a new clock and bring it out back on top. Ballestero will start over. 12 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time. Oh, he had a man. O'Reilly broke for the basket, but so did Carroll.
Yeah, the defender did a good job going with the roll man and stepping in between that passing lane.
That's a foul. Back on top to Salas. And a nice shot by Deonta Woodard. He's like I say, he's their scorer.
Yeah, he's their main guy. Good penetration.
O'Reilly to Christian Carroll.
A high pick and roll.
Oh, nice move by Carroll. He just saw the lane and took it.
The Rams get a lot out of that high pick and roll. They'll bring their bigs, one of their two bigger players on the floor up to play pick and roll. If they switch, they try to take advantage of that roll and big man opportunity inside. If not, a lot of times the guards can turn the corner and get to the rim, just like that last opportunity. Here comes BJ.
Oh,
nice.
Man, nice play by BJ Shelton. Well, that was something. Paul was standing there waiting for the charge, and it never came.
PJ just
He just went
averted
right
the
around
contact, went to his left hand, finished strong.
So we've got a 14-7 score here with 12 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the first half. Good shot of Coach Maddock there. And he's got pretty much of his freshman squad in there at this time.
I'm sure he's looking for them to be as efficient as they can be tonight. Sometimes you don't want to just play to the level of your opposition, but you want to play to the best efficiency that you're capable of as a team. And I'm sure that's some of the discussion coaches going into with them right now, because they haven't been highly efficient the last minute or two. Sometimes the ball's sticking a little bit. They just got to get that ball moving, run into their high pick and roll set, and keep attacking. The other thing that's always successful for the Rams is their defense. You know, attacking in transition off of every defensive turnover as well as rebound opportunity.
There's the former Timberwolf, Tyler Morgan, back in the contest.
Good trap.
Wayne Crowder called for travel. And Dijon will take it out for
James did a really nice job of pressuring up the court and then turning him in that high half court, often called the coffin corner. And then Ryan closed the trap, caused the travel. There's Kyle with a post up. Good cut by James.
I think the foul's going to be on number 33, Ronald Charles. And put James O'Neal at the line for two.
Got the first one. I've been really impressed with James' efficiency this year. He's been good in his decision making, his percentage shot selection. It's been just outstanding. He's been a really good leader for the Rams.
Kind of reminds me of an Alex Perez or, a Mike Marcial, where he plays the whole game, and really all that matters is that they win.
Yeah, a little out of control there. Let's see if Dejan can catch up here.
Oh my goodness! Beautiful play
Nice
by
block.
Dejan Bordeaux. He timed his jump perfectly where he wouldn't make contact, and he was high enough off the ground.
And he used his left hand to block that, so he
Yeah.
didn't reach across his own body. Actually, showed his athleticism there. There's a nice three-pointer.
That was Zaragoza again.
Looking to post up Kyle again. Flash
Side
high.
to O'Neal.
James resets.
There. Oh, nice move.
Good
nice
left.
move by Kyle Ingram off of the pass by Ryan Swain. And here we go the other way.
Tyler.
Oh, and Tyler Morgan almost stole it. You know what's always interesting too is to see how teams can stand up to this pressure. Usually you can really tell first couple minutes of the second half, like, you got to do this again?
Nice.
Ryan Swain, nice pass from Ingram. Off the rim, Ingram cleans it off, and we go the other way, and here's the pass down court to Morgan.
Nice.
Nice pass. Oh, beautiful. Dejan Bordeaux off the great pass from Tyler Morgan, and he laid it high enough off the glass to put it in.
And he did a really nice job of defending or holding off the defender with his body. He used his body, and obviously he's a strong young man. He went up and used his outside hand, his right hand, and just laid it off the glass.
Knew he had to go up high off the board to get over the outstretched left hand. And there he is.
And that's Dejan at his finest. He's going to attack you. He's going to go right at you every time he penetrates.
This is going to be an awesome team in the playoffs. It's amazing, isn't it, that the two top scorers, one is averaging 11 points a game and the next is averaging 10, and yet they're 28-3.
And that's a tough team to scout against. You scout the Rams and you try to figure out who their best player is. On any given night, you'll come away with a different scouting report back to your head coach, because it's a whole team. Any one of these guys can lead them on a given night, so it's really a more difficult team to prepare for.
Swain across the middle. O'Neal, nice and soft, and I believe he meant that.
And that's another thing about this team that makes them even tougher. They're such an unselfish team from player 1 through player 12, and there's not really a ranking because any given night coach uses a different starting lineup. So when they're so well balanced and they're so unselfish, that's been one of their strengths amongst their defensive efforts and defensive intensity.
Woodward coming up short.
Yeah, we'll push again. Here comes Dejan.
Jump ball. And possession is going to go to Merced.
Yeah. Showing a little zone here, 1-3-1. Just to change it up a little bit.
And there's a shot to Salas,
nice.
and he buries it.
Boy, over the outstretched arm of Kyle. Kyle got out there and contested, but nice shot.
James O'Neal. Oh, gets his own rebound, put it back up and in.
Good job of staying with it.
Among the trees.
James isn't a slight guy himself. He's got some long arms. He plays bigger, much bigger than his stature.
Yeah, you know, that's another thing is that the guards will surprise you on the boards as well.
Yeah, well, both he and Dijon are a handful anywhere on the court, whether it be in deep or out on the perimeter.
Tyler Morgan thought about a three. He said, no, James is open. Let's do it over on that side of the court. Beautiful play. Tyler Morgan to James O'Neal.
Look at Tyler. That looked like a travel. Got another one.
That's a nice play by Woodard to get that, to save that ball
Salas,
from
that's
going
2 in a
out of
row,
bounds.
threes for Salas. Got a
Yep.
nice jumper.
Another jump ball. Possession this time to the Rams, I believe.
It's good for Dijon to be in the attack mode, but I think both of those last 2 jump balls, he had players directly in front of him and he elevated off of one leg, and you're kind of at a disadvantage. He's such a strong core kid that if he would stop and go to 2 feet, he'd probably have more flexibility of averting the jump ball and, you know, jumping to one side or the other and using either his right or left hand, or pump faking and get guys off their feet. Things they'll have to learn at the next level.
Do you see both James and Dijon as point guards?
You know, I think James's ability to shoot the perimeter 3 separates him a little bit from Dijon in terms of what D1s look for. But Dijon is a little bit more athletic and stronger. You know, but that shooting at the next level for a Division I program is really important. They've got to have their guards be able to knock down the threes. BJ, good follow.
Nice job, BJ Shelton. Little pressure back on as Crowder brings the ball up. Oh, over and back.
Yeah,
Good
again,
call.
picked it up in the what we would call coffin corner, because when you get trapped in that high corner of the half court, you have the sideline and the half court line acting as defenders. Then when the other 2 defenders close the trap, you're in a box. And consequently, in that situation, he stepped backcourt and violation.
You know, over the years, that half-court ram has caused a lot of controversy, a lot of arguments over what was over and back and what wasn't. But I think the refs are used to it now. And nice play by Ballesteros.
You know, and as a coach, you try to teach players, never pick up your dribble in coffin corner. You know, they've got to make sure if they cross that half court, they have the ability to move the ball a little deeper into the front court or get rid of it.
Josh Sykes called on that foul. His first. This is Woodard from the corner.
Oh, good
And
rebound
look
by
at
Josh.
Josh get up in the air.
It's going to use a timeout here.
Got a timeout, Rams. 30-second. Coach had something he definitely wanted to tell these players
Yeah, I think
as we head towards the playoffs.
that first group that started the game, when they came back in their second rotation, they were a lot more aggressive. They really got after it, attacked on the offense, picked up their defensive intensity. I think Coach probably wants to see the same thing out of this group's second rotation. So he's got a quick timeout with some instruction here, and I wouldn't doubt we'll see a little more aggressive attack from this 5.
You know, the playoffs this year are going to be really pretty amazing. There's a lot of good teams.
Oh, there always are. You know, you always see seemingly more athletic teams when you get into the Bay Area and the LA Basin. The Rams, not one of the biggest teams generally in the playoffs, but they're definitely one of the deepest and the most aggressive.
This is Ballesteros. This young man's come a long way.
He has. He's been shooting the ball really well for the Rams.
Stalon. Nice shot.
Another good
Three-pointer.
shooter.
Evan out of one of the trio from Golden Valley. Oh, nice play by Christian Carroll. Another Golden
And
Valley.
you can see their intensity has picked up.
Oh, what a play!
Wow, nice, very nice play. And
That was beautiful. Perfectly placed by Ballesteros, and Sykes just sent it home.
I can't say this enough, but I think Josh really has a big upside. He's got another year here. He's just a freshman, but he's come a long way already.
Yeah, he has. He's fun to watch. This is Woodard.
The defense is picked up as well. Nice play by Josh out the ring and getting a piece of that.
Again. Get out to Ballestero. This is Stellan again. Thought about it. Oh, but he saw Sykes, who slams it down left-handed. Beautiful play. Boom. Nice play. And we're down at the other end already, and and now we're going back the other way.
Yeah, this is exciting when the Rams get up and down. They're really pushing off their last few missed opportunities by Merced, and they've been able to really get great opportunities in transition.
Coach Russell is trying to substitute as much as he can, but I'm not so sure that Merced is that deep, and some of these guys are coming out breathing pretty hard.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with their defensive transition. Those last 2 times resulted in dunks by Josh, but he's got to have his bigs hustling back as well.
Rams work around. This is Stillman into the game for the Rams. Joffrey, first time tonight. This is Ryan Swain. Pass inside is knocked away. Well, how about that defense?
Good job of not fouling, contesting,
yes,
avoiding the foul.
O'Reilly, Swain.
Gonna have to reset this here.
Yes, always the reset.
Some motion, swing the ball. Play a little high pick and roll here.
Pass it out to O'Reilly. O'Reilly driving. Oh, pumped beautifully. Brought the ball underneath the outstretched arms of Dixon and sent it home. And here comes Ryan Swain.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful play. Get the ball over to Joffrey. Put it in, and all of a sudden, we've got a 45-16 lead, and the Rams are just running.
The unselfishness, he makes a great steal. He could have easily tried to lay that up himself. He just gave it off to a teammate for an even higher percentage opportunity.
And I see Alex is running this timeout, and that's another thing that the coaches have come away from having been with Ed Maddock, like Mike Marcial and Lucas. They've gone on to Division II and Division I schools.
Yeah,
and
it's good to see. They will forever remember their program time here, and they've learned so much that helps them to go on and succeed as coaches, as student athletes. And it's just good to see.
Yeah, every one of them. I'd see them all. Honestly, I think Tyler Morgan's going to be an outstanding coach.
Yeah, he will be. I'm sure he will stay involved with basketball long after his playing days in college are over.
Well, he's got a couple more years.
Good job of coming back
Stillman in. Grab the board, get it out to Dijon. Here we go the other way, and the Rams are running. And Dijon not letting up. Oh, man, nice shot. Sometimes a gorgeous shot does not go in. Yeah, foul is going to be on Jaffrey Stillman.
On the glass. Jaffrey Stillman, he's another one that has, I think, a huge upside. He's just, with more experience, he's only going to get better.
Just a freshman. Uh-oh. Fred Clark had a chance at that one. Ryan. And this is back to Ryan. Ryan was looking back door for Dijon.
Yeah, he was hoping Dijon would look at the back door. Kick out for Nick.
Williams had a shot, passed it up, and Javaria. This is Dixon, and nice play by Swain to break it up, get it out to Dijon, and here comes O'Reilly.
Nice.
Reverse layup, beautiful. Beautiful play. Dijon knew just where to put that ball.
Everything's coming pretty easy. You can
That
see
one's for
why
you, Del.
Merced has struggled this year, but the thing the Rams just have to guard a little bit tonight is just don't let complacency enter in. Just keep playing hard, playing together, getting ready for that next phase of the postseason.
Kyle, oh.
Nice fake, stay with it, Kyle.
Got his rebound, put it up and in. How about that? Nice play by Kyle Ingram. And this is Kendrick Salas working on James. Salas gets the ball back in the corner, and this time James a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
And forced him into a bad shot. And we're going to get a foul call here on who? It's going to be called on B.J. Shelton. That's only the
Sure, that's
16th
something
foul.
Coach Maddock reminded them of in the huddle, that Salas knocked a couple threes down early, so James was all up on him that time.
Devontae Archer will shoot one more.
Got another nice crowd here tonight. It's
Yes,
good to see it.
yes, nice crowd. And
Should be looking forward to a home game or two here, first couple rounds.
good play. Ball just didn't go in.
A little short. James has had about 2 or 3 opportunities tonight where he's just left some inside opportunities for shots, just short. Got to get him up there a little higher on the glass.
Salas to Crowder. Crowder's going to stop and launch one. He shot that. It was good defense actually by Christian Carroll, and but he arched it real well.
He did. I was going to say he shot a lot of
nice
arc.
play.
There's a nice dump off. Kyle gets another easy 2.
James O'Neal could see that one all the way from half court. Beautiful pass. There comes Ballestero back in for Christian Carroll.
And as you said early on, you didn't see the turnovers like they're happening now because
Right, they're
the
running a
Rams
little
start
tired.
to pressure you and wear on you. It's probably not going to get any prettier in the second half.
No, Salas thought he had the pick there, but
I called for
That's
the reach.
another thing that you practice a lot as a Ram is your dribbling abilities to keep the ball close to you, or you very rarely see the ball stolen from the Rams.
Well, I think something that a lot of coaches don't work on that Coach Maddock does is just your basic fundamentals in your core. You know, your footwork, your stance, your ability to stay in your legs and to be strong enough to do so. They spend a lot of time in the weight room. And that's all a part of ball handling. That's all a part of defense that they do successfully because of that fundamental core work that they do and the footwork that they establish with these players when they come into this program.
Well put, Mr. Bayshore. And we got Kendrick Salas. 33, boy, that was Ronald Charles. I guess you could never say he wasn't open. Woo. And we're going to take the ball. They're going to take the ball out of bounds as Kendrick Salas and get that into Archer. Archer
Lefty.
looked like he got away with a little push off there. And we go
Get
the
one
other
more
way.
shot off here.
Tyler Morgan for 3. Oh, I thought that was in. And 1 second left. and Charles lets go a long one, and there's end of the first half. It is 53 to 19, and I'll tell you, that's these last 5 or 6 minutes has been pretty tough on the Blue Devils.
It has been. It's a pretty good feel-good half for the Rams. Everybody got involved. They picked up their intensity as they got into the game, and I think that's what this game's about for Coach Maddock, just getting them healthy mentally. Everybody's out there having a good time, playing hard, and physically. You don't want to go half speed. That's when you get hurt. So I think you'll continue to see Coach Maddock sub guys a lot, but good first half by the Rams.
Could be a tough second half for Merced too, because they're not gonna take it all the way off. But in the meantime, we're gonna go to our halftime show now, Central Valley Sports Report, and we'll do that now. And we'll see if we'll come back for the second half. Let's turn it over to Jason.
Hello everybody and welcome to the CVSR show. I am your host Jason Phillips. A few weeks ago the CIF ordered a dead period from January 19th through the 28th that prohibited throwing from a mound for all pitchers here for the high school area. That includes baseball and softball. While in theory this might sound like a proactive way of protecting the players and addressing concerns over the wave of recent stories regarding Tommy John surgeries, many local coaches, players, and parents were not too thrilled. With the season getting underway in mid-February, the new rule limits players to about a 10-day window to some teams to get ready, and a lot of people don't think that's enough time to condition the players for the upcoming season. After all, it's common practice in upper levels that pitchers and catchers report earlier than the rest of the team. Many former and current coaches have expressed concern that this new rule will result in even more injuries due to the lack of conditioning and preparation heading into live competition. And it's even more absurd in softball to worry about safety and arm fatigue, since it doesn't put the same kind of stress on your arm that baseball does. The CIS counter that players are playing all season long, and the rule is necessary to protect players from overzealous coaches, and I hate to say it, parents that are pushing the kids too hard. We want to know what you think. Is the new CIF imposed dead period good or bad for baseball and or softball? Hit us up on Twitter using hashtag CIFBaseballRule and let us know. And now on to the show, and we're talking basketball today. We've got a couple guests from the Buchanan Bears girls varsity team. We got the coach, Cooper Steele, and we got the girls. But first, it's Cooper Steele. Come on out, Coop. How's it going, my man? How you doing today? Thanks for being with us. Go ahead and have a seat. All right, Coop, second year coaching girls varsity volleyball or basketball at Buchanan. How's it going, man?
It's going well. Really enjoy my team. Enjoy everything about it. Get to coach at my school that I went to. So,
that's right. You played.
I played at Buchanan. Yeah. One of my assistant coaches actually coached me at Buchanan for a while, Lee Mayberry. So I'm having a great time.
Now you have a really young team, but you guys are trying to hang in there in some tough competition. But this is going to pay dividends, in the next couple of years, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We start a freshman, 2 sophomores, and a junior. Mm-hmm. Our 6th man's a freshman. And we keep their expectations very high. We don't treat them like freshmen or sophomores. They're treated like seniors, and they're expected to perform at a very high level.
And they're handling it pretty well.
They're handling it very well, yes.
Now one of those underclassmen, Jenna Mayberry, she's now your own lone point guard, and she didn't play point guard for a while, right?
No, she never really has. Janae kind of stepped up. Our 2-year returning varsity point guard had a knee injury, so we had to look to go another way. So Janae has really stepped up, and again, her expectation is that of a 4-year starter,
right.
Even though this is really her first year playing point guard. So we're proud of her, and she's improving quite a bit.
Now, if there's success to be found at the Buchanan, gym, it's you, it's the girls, but you got some assistants that you want to talk about that have come in and kind of helped the program.
Yeah. I think my assistants are the absolute best. Mavis Washington, I think, has more experience and knowledge than any other coach in the Valley. I really do. Like I said, I played for Lee Mayberry. He was my JV coach, and to get his opinion of someone I respected that much, I get to go down to the end of the bench and ask him what he thinks. Makes my job a lot easier. And then we just were able to add Taylor Thompson, Fresno State legend.
That's right, former Fresno State
Yeah,
player.
she was awesome at Fresno State. So for the girls to have someone like her to look up to and be a role model is really helps.
Now, Craig Campbell's got such a great, team over there at Clovis West. Man, do you see your girls eventually getting to that point to play with them and take them down?
We do, yeah. We're going to keep grinding. We look at them every time we play and we think we're going to win. We're going to keep grinding away, and I think we're going to catch them.
All right, man. Now, what's going on outside the basketball gym with you, man? What's going on? Anything going on personal life?
Man, trying to get my 5-year-old daughter to the gym as much as possible. Get her to start being a
She's going to be a future player?
Yeah. She thinks she's a coach right now, though. She sits on the bench, and she wants to be a coach right now, so we got to start shifting her to being a player.
All right. Now, as I understand it, she thinks Lauren Pino, who's your senior guard, she thinks she's the best player, huh?
She thinks Lauren Pino's the best player in the world. That's her statement. So it's pretty neat. Lauren treats her great. I know it's probably not super fun to have a 5-year-old chasing you around all the time, but Lauren's really good about it. And I would love for Jillian to look up and end up playing like Lauren someday.
All right, man. And finally, before we get out of here, as you guys are trying to get a decent seed and head into playoffs, what any player that's kind of progressed really well for you, or that's raised your expectations of them?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they all have. They've all raised their expectations. But Jaden Jones, she played for us quite a bit last year, got some good playing time, but she's kind of a good rebounder. And this year she's turned into the number 2 scorer in the track. Really a dominant player as a sophomore. So
absolutely, you're right, sophomore, and you see more room for improvement.
Absolutely,
with her?
Yeah. I think she has a bright future.
All right, man. I think the Bears have a bright future, too. I'm putting my stake on it. You guys will be pretty good here in the next year or two. Well, Cooper Steele, thanks for coming on board, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Stick around, guys. We got the starting five of the Buchanan girls varsity coming up here in a minute. Great interview. You don't want to miss it.
I'm Derek Carr. You're trying to get to college, make sure you check out Central Valley Sports Report.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CVSR show. I'm now joined by a great group of young girls, the starting five from the Buchanan Bears girls varsity team. And we'll start with the lengthy introduction process starting right here. Anaya Sperling, she's a freshman. We got Bree Wellington, a junior guard. Lauren Pino, senior guard. Jaden Jones, who's a sophomore. And Janae Mayberry, who's also a sophomore. And I'm going to start way over here on this side with Lauren. She's the lone senior. Now, Lauren, you're the only girl out of these four that doesn't do track. The rest of the girls all play basketball and do track. Have you ever thought about doing track, maybe spending more time with the girls?
Yeah, I have thought about it, but basketball is like my main sport, so I decided to focus on that.
Okay, you don't want to spend too much time with them. I could see that. So you're a senior now. What are your plans after high school?
I'm probably going to play ball in college somewhere. I haven't decided yet.
Anything in particular? Any school in particular?
Probably a city college in Fresno somewhere. Then I'll probably transfer to a 4-year.
Okay. Real quick, just discuss your time at Buchanan. How's it been?
It's been awesome. I transferred to Buchanan my freshman year, and I've made so many friends and so many sisters on this team, and it's just been awesome, and I'm so glad that I came and have been able to experience this whole thing.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to go over here next to Bree Wellington, who is a big dancer from what I hear. What is this? You got some moves?
Well, I just kind of freestyle. Before a game, I just like to get my team pumped up. So I just kind of act goofy or act funny, and we all just come in, and it makes us relax a little bit more instead of being so stressful.
Okay. Talk about the time you spend with these four girls and Lauren as well. I mean, on the court and on the track and field. I mean, are you guys just like one big group of sisters?
Yeah, it really is. I don't have an older sister, so my 3 seniors are mostly my older sisters. I think of them as older sisters. So coming in this team, it's like I walk in the gym and I'm like, yes, I get to be with them. And it's so fun. They're always goofy and fun. It's a great experience.
Awesome. That's all right. So let's give the microphone to Anaya Sperling. Now, Anaya, you are the youngest of the Sperling dynasty at Buchanan. Is that right? Explain this a little bit.
Okay, well, my brother played at Fresno State for 2 years, and then he transferred to Humboldt State, and he was there for 2 years also. And then he came home, and then he went overseas. and then he came home again, and then he went overseas again, and now he's home, and he's back at Humboldt now, and he's the the head coach of the high school varsity team.
Awesome, and you have a sister too, right?
Yeah, Alexis Sperling. She plays for Cal State University, Monterey Bay.
Awesome, man. You got a talented family.
I
there.
do.
Now, you're a freshman, starting in the starting five
Yes.
on the girls varsity. How has it been, and what is the difference between middle school level jumping right into freshman or jumping right into varsity?
It's a really cool experience being able to start with all 4 of these girls, and the jump from 8th grade to freshman year is it's a big difference. Mm-hmm. The pace is much faster in high school basketball than it is in middle school.
Right.
And there's a lot bigger girls, stronger girls, and it's just a lot tougher.
All right, well, keep it up. I'm sure you're doing a great job from what I hear from Coach. Now, Jaden Jones, sophomore, class clown, and we also hear that you're pretty loud. That's from what Coach says.
Yeah, I love to be loud and talk and yell.
Are you the one keeping the team loose when you guys are getting ready pregame and postgame?
Yeah, I try to have a lot of energy to pump them up before the game, because when we're all pumped up and just scream and yell and have fun, that's just easier to play with them like that. And I think that's what makes us bond more together, is when we're all loud and excited and it gets us just all pumped up.
Now, you guys outside of the court, you love to hang out together, and you guys love to eat. Is that right?
Yeah, we always eat. Our main place is probably Wingstop, and we go there literally once a week, which is probably not that great, but we still do. And Denny's is probably another one.
All right, well, there's some good promos for Wingstop and Denny's. Jaden, the number 2 scorer in the track as a sophomore. Well, you got a couple more years to kill it. And we're going to end off with here Janae, who's a sophomore as well. Dad's an assistant, but we got to talk about this story that you had about that involves a fist bump. Tell us about this.
Okay, so before every practice, we have to give the coaches a fist bump before and after practice. And I was just not having a good practice, and it was just not good. And after practice, I was upset with my dad, and I didn't give him a fist bump, and I had to walk home.
He made you walk home?
Yeah, but I found a ride, so that's okay.
Oh, well, that's good. What else does Dad make you do? How does he punish you?
Well, we kind of figured out that I need to leave whenever I'm mad at him, inside the court, so we're happy outside of the court, and we're back to normal, but inside the court, we can be mad at each other.
All right, well, there you go. Janae, real quick, while you have the microphone, you guys playing in the track, tough competition. Clovis West is such a tough team. What's it like playing against them? Are you guys intimidated at all about them, being, underclassmen, or how do you handle that?
No, I feel like we should always go into every game not knowing we know what they're going to do, and if we stick to our game plan, then we can get through anything.
Awesome, that's a great game plan. Girls, real quick, send us out. What's the pregame ritual you do?
Ready? Get it.
All right, awesome, girls. Thank you for coming on the show. The Buchanan Bears girls varsity starting 5.
Welcome back to Fresno City College, where the Rams are up 53-19 at halftime on the Blue Devils of Merced College. And Del, first half was very interesting. The lethargic maybe for the first 10-15 seconds, and then
the Rams really picked it up and got into a pretty relaxed, aggressive state, and coach played a lot of kids, a lot of success getting up and down the floor on missed shots and getting some transition dunks there by Josh Sykes, excited the crowd. So it was a good first half for the Rams. They need to keep the intensity up and not get complacent here, because this is all about getting ready for the next round of state playoffs.
Been a good first half for everybody, including the referees. I wanted to mention them: Ryan Rose, Mike Martin, and Kenny Chappelle. Kenneth has been in this gym many, many times, and they've done a good job. And you know how they've done a good job? Because you didn't really notice them that much in the first half.
Exactly. There weren't a lot of whistles.
Just kept it rolling.
Exactly.
And Dijon Bordeaux's going to take the ball out of bounds for the Rams.
Sophomore's back on the floor. It's a nice pregame ceremony conducted by Coach Maddock.
This is Kyle Ringram, and Kyle looking, get it to Dijon. Dijon back out to Ryan Swain, and he misses the three this time. Board comes off to Crowder, and this is Kendrick Salas. Devontae Archer down back to Salas. Salas works the ball out to Dixon. Dixon says, let's try this again, but this is James O'Neal, and that was just good defense. They just had nothing to do with the ball.
Not sure who he was looking for, but again, good defense by the Rams. I'm sure that's a point of emphasis for Coach Maddock at halftime is let's keep the defensive intensity, and that's what's going to carry them in the playoffs, and they can't go to sleep on that in this second half.
Tyler Morgan, he's driving on
nice
Crowder.
Right hand.
Woo!
That's a nice shot by Tyler. When I remember him as a high school player, he had no right hand, and he's really developed as a player here at Fresno City College. He's a left-handed player, but he went to his right, used a little right-hand hook off the glass.
There's a nice shot coming in for Dixon. Jeremy hits a three. James O'Neal as the Ram. Here comes Kyle. Kick the ball out to Morgan. Morgan driving once again, dishes it off to O'Neal, lays it off the glass and in. Great play by Morgan. I think they thought he was going to shoot it, and he dished it off perfectly, and James O'Neal knew exactly what to do with it.
I was wondering if they might try to get Tyler going a little bit the second half, give him more opportunities offensively, and he's obviously taken it more aggressively to the basket both possessions so far.
Nice delayed pass to Dijon by Ryan Swain. That was nice. He delayed it, waited just another step, and
probably got fouled, but a good no call by the officiating crew here tonight.
This is Woodard. Deontay kick it out to Crowder. And here's a shot by Salas. And excuse me, that was Jeremy Dixon.
Dixon, yeah.
And a rare turnover for the Rams, as Merced comes the other way. This is a Woodard.
They've done a pretty good job on Woodard tonight. He's carried the bulk of the scoring for Merced. There you got a look at a three.
Oh, good try. That was a nice try by Jeremy Dixon, because Crowder had gotten a little piece of that ball.
And quick substitutions. I think you'll see a pretty quick 3 or 4 minute rotations here throughout this half by the Rams.
Ballestero. And here's Josh Sykes. To Ballestero. Kick it back out to Carroll, and Carroll nails the three. Boy, that was nice. All three players there worked the ball well out to get that open shot.
And that's a strength of the Rams, especially when they get that penetration, that inside-out pass. They have 3 to 4 really quality shooters when they have their balance and step into shots. They've got a good three-point arsenal there.
That was a nice shot by Deontay Woodard. That was, as a matter of fact, a beautiful shot, because it looked like Sykes was going to block it. Rams keep moving. This is Ballestero, and he throws it away.
I don't know if you noticed, Chris, but Coach has the bench counting down as if the shot clock's going to expire, because he's trying to accelerate the pace of the game. So they're looking to shoot within that first 25 seconds or so of the shot clock as opposed to the 35.
Is that have you seen that before?
Well, I think it's just the tempo he wants to set here tonight. He's going to rotate guys a lot and get up and down and score a lot of points and have everybody feel good about, not only the defensive effort they're putting in, but also also their offensive output tonight. So they're really making a conscious effort to get into the offense quickly and then get into their attack set of their pick and roll.
Ballestero that wasn't a shot, he had an intention of passing that ball back to Sykes, and here comes Nick Hilton with the interception. Kick it to the corner. Ballestero, back to Shelton. Nice. Beautiful play. Well, that was nice.
Pretty easy. I think, Anthony hasn't looked at his three as much as he normally does. A couple threes he passed on, but that time he had a nice penetration dunk.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was Jermaine Crowder all the way from Wilson, North Carolina, as Bill Russell.
I think we got a player injured here, so the refs called timeout.
Salas comes out with a limp. Must have turned his ankle. And for the Rams, new white shirts. Dijon, Evan, Liam, Tyler, and Joffrey. This is Dijon with the ball.
See, they're already counting down at 20.
A rare turnover. And we go back the other way, and this time the defense fell asleep.
Yeah, there was a mix-up there on their matchups with this new group that came in, so an easy bucket by Merced.
Dixon saw it quickly, got the ball to Devontae Archer, and the bucket. This is Evan Stellan, Tyler Morgan, Joffrey, Evan, and Liam O'Reilly high for the rebound. Boy, that's another thing you see in practice a lot. Oh, nice play by Tyler to kick it out to O'Reilly for three. Nice play by Tyler Morgan.
Rarely does Coach Maddox stop play when they're practicing on a tied up ball situation. He makes them fight for it. In that last situation, Liam kept fighting for it, and there was no whistle, and they retained possession.
Well, they had contact, and then they didn't, and they did. Here comes O'Reilly again, and he is fouled on the way to the hoop.
Got a rare whistle. I think this may only be the first or second or third opportunity for the Rams to go to the foul line.
Liam O'Reilly from Sacred Heart High School. Oh, nice touch. Boom. In comes Ryan Swain for Liam. And the Rams are back to an all-sophomore squad.
Showed the press, but stayed straight man out of it. No trap.
Woodard, three. Yeah, nice soft touch. Nice spin on the ball, good rotation, and curled the net. Tyler to James, to Tyler. Tyler's going to take a three, and he's going to bury it. Tyler Morgan.
Good penetration and kick by James. Tyler was ready and let it fly.
Paul buries a three. Gravinder, Paul, and look at, now that's a strong kid right there. He's got strength.
Again, he leads with his body. The defender kind of bumps him off, uses his strength up and off the glass.
It's great to have that kind of strength and that kind of coordination both working for you.
Yeah.
And Jabarier Williams. Was that a 3? I believe it was.
It was, yep.
Ryan Swain.
Nice. Nice read by
Yeah.
James.
Yeah, it was.
That's a veteran play right there, because they're looking in the post for Kyle. When the defender tried to front him, immediately James flashed high post. They dumped it to James. They went over top, high, low, and an easy bucket for Kyle.
That's James O'Neal. That was a 3-player deal right there.
And recognition on all 3 parts.
Right.
Ryan recognized it. Kyle felt the overplay in the low post and waited till James caught it up high, and they just threw it, lobbed it over top.
And there was some nice defensive work right there by Tyler Morgan.
And that last play too, you know, Ryan really doesn't have that angle to throw it in the lob from his position on the wing. And when James flashed high post, he's got the perfect angle to lob when the defender was fronted in the low post.
Yeah, and he hesitated just a second to make the pass exactly right.
Backdoor.
Backdoor.
Nice play.
Oh,
just lost the handle.
Yeah, lost control. And Swain takes it back. Tyler.
Nice pass out.
Beautiful. And
Kyle
knocks it in. Beautiful.
Uh-oh. James is limping here. Let's see if he's okay. Yeah, he looks like he's...
Paul from the top. And good
Comes
hustle.
DeJohn.
Good hustle by Paul. And
nice. Good look.
Yeah, good try. Good break. Nice defense. Look at Swain clear himself. Again, it's the strength. That's the weight room right there, and that's that hard work and practice.
His savviness too. Oh, a deep 3.
A long 3 by Tyler. He was feeling it. And he gets the ball back and gets it to DeJohn. Tyler posts it up and get the ball to Kyle Ingram. And here comes 4 new white jerseys.
All 5.
Make that 5.
Yep.
This is Gurvinda Upal.
Uh-oh.
Cross court. Nice play by BJ. Gets congratulations from his coach. Christian Carroll, good defense right here by the Rams.
Yeah, good position, good help.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll make the shot anyway. That was
just better offense. A good step back 3, not an easy shot, but he knocked it down.
Right, low percentage, but he made it. And it's a 78-44 contest. Shelton hesitated for a second. No basket, but
call it on the floor. It looks like it'll be rimmed ball out of bounds. But he's another one of those guys, DeJohn and BJ. Boy, if you get them going to their strong hand, they're a handful.
I still think that BJ Shelton would be a tremendous tight end in football.
Yeah.
But
he's an athlete.
Fast enough where he could be a wide receiver as well.
Nice job by Christian. He couldn't rebound that ball, but he was able to tip it out.
You know what that was? That was just flat tough.
Oh.
Oh, this is fun watching this. I mean, just the way they play both ends of the floor as well they're doing, it's just art.
Yeah, this is the calm before the storm, because the next phase is going to be more intense. and coach is letting them enjoy it. He's a little more relaxed tonight and continues to shuffle in bodies every 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think he dragged his foot a little bit there.
Yeah. And we've seen a lot of different combinations too. Coach is using all 12 players, so he's intermixing, and 5 new back in.
Which is not a pretty sight if you happen to have a blue jersey on right now.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter which 5 white jerseys come out there.
That was a
Results
pretty
about the
shot.
same. Backdoor.
Yep.
Got a 5 count.
Yep. Just. This is Salas bringing the ball up. And good ball back to Salas.
That's good for Coach Maddock to get all his players involved in a lot of playing time tonight. But as you get into the playoffs now, the competition's going to get stiffer. And generally that's where you see a little shorter rotation maybe of your roster, because that just margin of error and difference in the teams, there isn't much difference. When you get in first and second round into the playoffs, a lot of good teams. So it's good for Coach Maddock to get every one of his players in here, a lot of playing time today.
Over the years, there's been many great games in those playoffs. Those California playoffs, it's got to be, if not the best in the country, it's certainly right up there.
And we've had the luxury of seeing a lot of, the early round games before they get into the final groupings because of their high seeds. And we've seen some great games here at Fresno City College in the state tournament.
Yeah, I believe if we don't get a bye in the first round, our first time here will either be a week from Saturday or a week from Wednesday.
Yeah,
depending.
and likely a game after that one, providing the Rams advance, because you get to the state playoff now, it's a one and done for everybody.
They still have the JUCO tournament in Kansas.
Yeah, they still in the Midwest. There's 2 levels of junior college. Out here we just have Division I, but in the central part states they have still 2 divisions, and they have, it used to be, I think Hutchinson held one of the JC Division II national tournament.
Well, I remember.
Yeah, I thought James was wincing a little bit earlier.
Well, he just took a pretty
I don't
hard
think
shot.
it's major, but he took that jumper in the corner a few minutes ago, and he kind of gingerly came up to the floor on it.
He just hit the floor pretty hard.
I would imagine he might be done for tonight. The coach will let him rest it.
Look at Tyler Scarry for the ball. I don't know if you remember the name Dick Baldwin. Do you remember Dick Baldwin?
Name, I remember the name.
He was a great coach back where I'm from, Binghamton, New York. He was a coach at Broome Tech, and at one time, he was the all-time winningest coach in college basketball.
Wow.
And he was a great coach. Everybody in the whole Triple Cities area loved him. I played at Vestal, and I went to his camp every year, and it was just great. It was great.
Both of these coaches here tonight, they're the exception. They're not the norm. It's unusual to see a coach 10 years or more at one place, just because of the expectation levels and the ability to perform. And obviously Coach Russell has done it a long time at Merced, and Coach Maddock is I'm certain to be here as long as he chooses to be, with the success levels and what he does with the program.
Well, he loves it, and the players love it. The fans obviously love it. Here's Josh Sykes. He's going to go back door. No, he's going to kick it back out to Christian Carroll. Over to Tyler. Tyler drives. I thought he was going to go to Josh. This is Ballesteros. 10 seconds on the clock.
Shot.
Tyler going to nail another 3. Nothing but net. Had nothing to do with the rim. And that brought the crowd out.
Oh, it did, and it's good to see that. Tyler's a fan favorite just because of his intensity and the level of work ethic that he has and what he's done for this program in 3 years. So every time he hits his threes, you see a lot of the locals up and
Absolutely.
applauding, and it's good to see.
And you know, he's like that in practice too. He's just really intense, you know, and that's why I say I think he's going to make a great coach.
You know, and I was impressed with Coach Maddox's presentations and honoring his sophomores. I mean, more touching than I've seen in years past, and he's grown to really become more and more a part of these kids every year in his program, and it's just good to see.
Yeah, you know, actually I think he's been that way since day one when he walked in the door for the first time.
Yeah.
When he was coaching that team from Siskiyous. And oh, nice three there by Salas.
Well, he's had a number of those tonight. He's a good shooter when he's left open.
This has been a long and entertaining game tonight, and
yeah, not a lot of whistles, but
look at Josh. Nice pass from Liam O'Reilly. You know, I think our crew's done a great job tonight too. We've had some tremendous replays and really good shots all the way around. This is another good team. This is the CMAC team.
Yeah, all year long it's been that way.
Tyler, he's going to take another one. He was a little far out. I think if he hadn't hesitated, I think he would have made that shot.
Yeah, he didn't have great rhythm into that last shot, and as far out as he was on the floor, he just left it short.
This is going to put
Woodard.
Deonta to the line. Woodard comes to us all the way from Wilson, North Carolina. He'll get another shot.
And he's going to be a player that's this kind of experience this year. It's probably been a rough one, but it's only going to help him. He's a freshman, averaging 16 a game. He's going to be a handful. He's going to be a really good player.
Well, we got a timeout. No, we don't. We got 4 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. That's what we do have. And here comes Anthony Ballestero to O'Reilly. Out to Ballestero. Wow, so many options. Nice shot by Evan Stellan. There were so many options there.
Yeah, it was nice penetration by Anthony, and they ran what you'd call a split. It was almost like it was going to be a screen, and then he slipped it, and both defenders went with the slip cut, and you know, then we ended up Christian with the perimeter jumper.
He had Stellan going back door as well. Here comes Christian Carroll. Look at Ballestero. Oh, nice pass inside. Back out to Carroll. There's Ballestero again. Oh, thought he had Joffrey.
Yeah, Joffrey was looking for the lob, but didn't quite have enough room there.
$10 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh.
He said, hey, that worked in the first half. But yeah, I think Carroll stopped and went back the other way.
Anthony anticipated Joffrey back cutting at the last second there, and it didn't happen, so ball out of bounds. Merced.
Back in the lineup, Tyler Morgan for Christian Carroll. Fellas. Oh, nice play. Nice play. That was a beautiful shot by Crowder. Very
lofted that over the long arm of.
You know, I know it's a 30-point game plus, but you got to give credit to Merced. They haven't quit.
Oh, no, they're playing hard, and
they're loving
you know,
it.
Coach Russell has encouraged them. It's like I said, it's been a tough year, but you know, these younger players from Merced will be the better for it come next year.
And start again. Corner to Liam O'Reilly, and he nails a three. Liam O'Reilly, or what I like to say is the Bob Mathias lookalike. He really does look like Bob when Bob was a young man. Got a timeout, but yeah, you're right about Coach Russell. He's always come in and you know, he's always had a lot of good teams. I was trying to think today the name of the guy that used to play for Merced that used to knock everybody out in Tyke Peacock.
Tyke Peacock. I think Charles Bailey Jr. also went to Merced and played a little JC ball.
Do you remember Tyke Peacock?
Yes.
He was he held the
High
world
jumper.
record. High jumper when he was at Merced. But man, I'll tell you, I remember one time when I was back on a 3-on-1 and he literally jumped over me. And you know, I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
No,
6'4",
but really,
play like
up,
you're 5'10".
And
right?
I saw a converse go right over my head, and everybody went nuts. But he went to Fresno State, didn't work out too well. Boyd Grant, he was a pretty kind of like dance to his own drum, as they say.
Yeah. But quite an athlete.
Oh, what an athlete. So we got 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. And again, we're going to have a hard time picking a player of the game. I don't know, number 34 there looks pretty good to me.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Maddock doesn't send Tyler our way.
Oh, well, that ball had frost on it. And Josh Sykes up for the rebound, and here is Christian Carroll. There goes Tyler. He's going to drive again, off the glass and in with the right hand.
See, I like to see that. I'm a guy in my stage of playing that have to rely on that hook shot, so I like to see that out of these young players.
Nice defense by Sykes there. Rebound down to Joffrey and over to Christian Carroll, and here comes Christian. Christian did not give up on it, and he is called for the foul. Liam O'Reilly for Christian Carroll. Boy, he's come a long way too. I've enjoyed watching Christian Carroll. Every one of these guys, you're not just being nice. They really have earned that kind of respect.
Yeah, when you think back to the preseason, watching these guys in the summer and in the early fall before the season started, where they were and where they are now is just a credit to Coach Maddock and his program, how he brings them along.
See what happened right there? Tyler Morgan knocked the ball loose from the dribbler, and it hit the dribbler's leg and went right out of bounds.
Yeah, good defense.
Oh, nice play by Joffrey.
Nice.
Little weave, and what do you know? There's a wide open bucket. Oh, here's a nice replay. Watch this. Here comes Tyler. Going to get the ball over here. Yeah. Nice play, Joffrey. Better hurry. He gets it over the 10-second line with a second to spare. And we get down to the last minute. Tyler from the corner, thought about shooting, sees a way to the lane and lays it up and off the board and in. Tyler Morgan, well, he's having a great game in here tonight.
He is. That's great to see.
And listen to the crowd. This is a Morgan crowd.
Yeah.
Well, we got to agree with him. He's having a great game in here tonight. He's been doing that all year long, you know.
And it's good to see the teammates up and cheering for him and happy for Tyler's performance here tonight.
And he's still shooting 100% on the year.
Free throws.
Free throws.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that? Okay, and this is, we got 44 seconds remaining. And this is Dixon. Dixon on the top. And that was Kenneth Williams. 3 attempt was off. And now the shot clock is turned off.
Last 34 seconds here.
Evan still on, another one of the of the talented freshman. Back out to Morgan. Oh, dude, Morgan.
There's a lot of respect for both of these coaches have for one another. You know, Coach Maddock was pulling that ball out to not shoot it in the last 30 seconds. There's no reason to. And Coach Russell on the other end is imploring him, go ahead and play, Coach. You know, he wants his defenders to just play the game out, play hard. Just good to see the respect that each of these coaches have for each other.
Each team has 3 fouls in the second half.
Yeah, it's been a half. It's actually an entire game that the referees have let them play. You know, there's not a lot on the line for either team, so it's been a well-played game and a well-refereed game.
It has, and as you see, the coaches shake hands, a lot of respect for each other, and it's been a fine ball game in here tonight. Even though it's a lopsided win, it wasn't lopsided in determination. They both tried really hard, and it was an entertaining game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break. Remind you that the final score is 95-55. We're going to take a break and come back with our player of the game, and we'll tell you who that is when we come back on CMAC.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Enroll, we say. We want you to be okay. Enroll, we say. Take care of people for goodness sake. There's a plan for every budget, so don't accept defeat. Now you can get covered and still buy me treats.
You take care of your pets. Now it's their turn to take care of you. Visit getcoveredamerica.org to learn about your health insurance options.
Hi, everybody. We are back, and there you see the final score, 95-55. And what a pleasure it is to introduce this young man, Tyler Morgan. He's our player of the game, and we're sure proud of you, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, man. And this was like I say, it was a 40-point win. But you know what? They never quit on you.
No, they're a good team. They're very athletic. They always play hard, and they have no quit in this last game of the season. So they came out firing and blazing, but we handled it well. I thought we took care of business.
You know, your career at City College, you got the playoffs to go, but you've had a great career here, man. And you know the fans love you, and you know everybody always gets behind you, and it's because of who you are, man. You're a terrific young guy, and just really happy for you that it's gone as well as it has.
Thank you. I have a lot of great mentors like Del Baser, who does TV with you, and I've had legends like Mike Gregory and Coach Maddock, of course, teaching me along the way how to become a young man and grow and be a productive member of society. So it's a very honored to be playing in this program. There's a lot of history and tradition here.
You finished the regular season with 100% from the free throw line. Let's get that out of the way first. But you know, your hustle, your determination, and I've seen you for 2-3 years now in practice, doing the same thing every day, working really hard. You deserve every bit of it. It's been great playing for a coach like Coach
Coach
Maddock.
is awesome. I love him. I do anything for him. He's the greatest coach I've ever had and greatest man I've ever known besides my dad. So I'm honored to have him. So as a coach.
All right, you wanna sit with me and watch some of the highlights?
Yeah, sure.
First of all, that old guy on there, right? I don't know who that. There's Josh getting up in the air. There's Tyler Morgan dishing. You had a lot of assists tonight.
I tried. Coach put me at the 1 and 5, put me in good situations, so I just tried to create and do what he asked me to do.
There's Morgan for 3. We said that more than once tonight. Yeah, there they are. They never gave up.
No, they played hard the whole way through. We tried to just play our game and whatnot, so we did the best we could.
How's James? What, did he turn his ankle a little bit?
Yeah, he's okay. He just felt a little awkward. He'll be okay, though. He'll be ready to go.
Are you guys lifting weights tonight?
Probably. Oh, yeah. Every home game, lift weights, get better, get stronger for the playoffs. So
this guy.
Sykes is a freak athlete, and he can do a lot of things. So.
Who's that guy? This was a great JC basketball game.
Liam's getting better. He had a good week of practice, so I'm not surprised he played well tonight. He hit a couple threes, made a couple assists, got a couple lifts. Liam played very strong tonight. We were happy for him.
Off the glass and in. I think I taught you that shot, didn't I?
Yeah, he did. He was an old school, slow two-step, so I learned from him.
All right. Joffrey, nice. I love the way you guys worked the ball. It was just a wonderful night. I'm so happy for you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck in the playoffs. Congratulations, player of the game, player of the year. Good luck to you. All right, take care, buddy. Okay, want to thank this great crew at CMAC. You did a great job tonight. Thanks, buddy. You guys did a great job tonight, and it was an outstanding game. Merced never quit. Thanks for being here, and we hope to see you again soon. And again, thanks for being here on CMAC, and we'll see you again. Thank you.